China, a tapestry of culture and history, vertical bar from ancient dynasties to modern innovations. Dive into the rich and intricate history of Chinese culture, where ancient philosophies, dynastic rule, artistic expression, and modern advancements converge. This video explores China's cultural evolution, from the philosophies of Confucianism and Daoism, the artistic achievements of the Tang and Ming dynasties, to the Cultural Revolution and China's rise as a modern cultural powerhouse. Uncover how China's deep-rooted traditions and innovative spirit continue to shape the global cultural landscape. 1. Ancient beginnings, the cradle of Chinese civilization. Neolithic period to the Shang dynasty, c. 10,000 BC, 1046 BC. Chinese culture traces its roots back to the Neolithic period, where early communities developed agriculture, pottery, and rudimentary social structures along the Yellow River. The Shang dynasty marked the emergence of one of the earliest known Chinese civilizations, characterized by sophisticated bronze casting, oracle bone script, the earliest form of Chinese writing, and elaborate tombs, reflecting a deep belief in ancestor worship and the afterlife. Cultural foundations. The early Shang and subsequent Zhou dynasty, 1046 BC, 256 BC, laid the cultural and spiritual foundations of China, emphasizing a cosmological order that balanced the heavens, earth, and humanity, which would later influence Chinese philosophy, art, and governance. 2. The philosophical age. Confucianism, Daoism, and legalism. Confucianism and Daoism, 6th century BC. During the Eastern Zhou period, China entered its 100 schools of thought era, a time of profound philosophical development. Confucius, Confuzi, emerged as a pivotal figure, advocating for a moral code based on family loyalty, ancestor worship, and respect for authority, which became the cornerstone of Chinese society. Simultaneously, Laozi and Taoism, promoted harmony with nature and the pursuit of spiritual immortality, influencing Chinese medicine, martial arts, and metaphysical practices. Legalism in the Qin dynasty, 221-206 BC. The Qin dynasty, China's first imperial dynasty, adopted legalism, a philosophy emphasizing strict laws and centralized control. The Qin unified China and standardized script, currency, and weights, but also suppressed intellectual dissent, burning books and burying scholars, leading to cultural stagnation. 3. The Han dynasty, a golden age of culture and knowledge. Han dynasty, 206 BC, 220 AD. The Han dynasty is often considered a golden age in Chinese history, marked by significant cultural, technological, and intellectual advancements. The Han embraced Confucianism as the state philosophy, fostering a civil service system based on merit. This period saw the compilation of the Shiji, Records of the Grand Historian, by Sima Qian, setting the foundation for Chinese historiography. Silk Road and cultural exchange. The Han dynasty also saw the opening of the Silk Road, facilitating cultural and economic exchange between China and the West. This era was characterized by the fusion of Chinese and foreign ideas, including the introduction of Buddhism to China, which would later become a significant spiritual and cultural force. 4. The Age of Division and Cultural Synthesis, 6 Dynasties period, 225-189 AD. Following the Han, China entered a period of disunity and fragmentation. Despite political instability, this era was marked by cultural and artistic achievements, particularly in the fields of poetry, painting, and sculpture. The spread of Buddhism during this time led to the creation of magnificent cave temples, such as those at Dunhuang, and the translation of vast Buddhist texts, which enriched Chinese religious and philosophical thought. Cultural synthesis. The 6 Dynasties period saw the integration of Confucian, Taoist, and Buddhist elements, creating a rich tapestry of cultural and spiritual life that would define Chinese civilization for centuries. 5. The Tang Dynasty, a cosmopolitan culture. Tang Dynasty, 618-907 AD. The Tang Dynasty is often regarded as the peak of Chinese civilization, characterized by political stability, economic prosperity, and a vibrant cultural scene. The capital, Chang'an, modern-day Xi'an, became a cosmopolitan hub, attracting traders, scholars, and artists from across Asia and beyond. This era produced some of China's greatest poets, such as Li Bai and Du Fu, whose works continue to influence Chinese literature. Cultural openness. The Tang Dynasty was marked by a spirit of cultural openness. with influences from Central Asia, Persia, and India evident in its art, fashion, and cuisine. The synthesis of different cultures enriched Chinese society, making the Tang period a golden age of cultural exchange and artistic innovation. 6. The Song Dynasty. Innovation and intellectual flourishing Song Dynasty, 960–1279 AD. The Song Dynasty was a period of remarkable intellectual and artistic achievement. It was during this time that China saw the invention of printing technology, gunpowder, and the compass, innovations that would have profound global impacts. The Song also excelled in landscape painting, porcelain making, and poetry, with scholars like Su Shu, Su Dongpo, becoming cultural icons. Neo-Confucianism. The Song Dynasty saw the revival of Confucianism through the development of Neo-Confucianism, a movement that sought to reinterpret Confucian thought by incorporating Buddhist and Daoist ideas. This intellectual renaissance would shape Chinese philosophy and statecraft until the 20th century. 7. The Yuan and Ming Dynasties. Cultural resilience and revival. Yuan Dynasty, 1271–1368 AD. The Yuan dynasty established by the Mongols was marked by a blend of Chinese and nomadic cultures. While the Mongol rulers maintained certain Chinese administrative practices, they also brought Central Asian influences, particularly in the arts and cuisine. The Yuan period witnessed a continuation of cultural traditions and the production of important literary works, like The Romance of the West Chamber. Ming Dynasty, 1368–1644 AD. The Ming Dynasty saw a revival of Chinese cultural traditions and an emphasis on Confucian values. This period was marked by the construction of the Forbidden City in Beijing, the flourishing of blue and white porcelain, and the compilation of the Yongle Encyclopedia, the largest of its kind at the time. The Ming also saw the expansion of maritime trade, with figures like Zheng He leading naval expeditions that extended Chinese influence across the Indian Ocean. 8. The Qing Dynasty, cultural continuity and Western encounters. Qing Dynasty, 1644–1912 AD. The Qing Dynasty, founded by the Manchus, was a period of both cultural continuity and challenge. The Qing emperors were patrons of the arts and continued the Confucian scholarly tradition, while also integrating Manchu customs. This period saw the compilation of the Siku Quanshu, complete library in 4 branches of literature, an immense literary project that preserved countless Chinese texts. Western influence and internal strife. The Qing dynasty faced increasing challenges from Western powers, leading to conflicts such as the Opium Wars and the subsequent Century of Humiliation. These events prompted a cultural and intellectual crisis, leading to the self-strengthening movement and an urgent reevaluation of Chinese traditions in the face of modernization. 9. The 20th century. Revolution, reform, and cultural transformation, Republican era, and cultural renaissance, 1912–1949. The fall of the Qing dynasty and the establishment of the Republic of China ushered in a period of cultural and intellectual awakening. The May 4th movement of 1919 marked a radical departure from Confucian traditions, advocating for science, democracy, and new literary forms. This period saw a flourishing of modern Chinese literature, cinema, and art, as well as the introduction of Western ideas. People's Republic of China and Cultural Revolution, 1949–1976. Under communist rule, China underwent dramatic cultural and social changes. The Cultural Revolution, 1966–1976, sought to purge old customs, old culture, old habits, and old ideas, leading to widespread destruction of cultural heritage and a period of intense social upheaval. However, following Mao Zedong's death, China began to open up and reform, leading to a revival of traditional culture alongside modernization. 10. Modern China, Cultural Renaissance and Global Influence Post-Reform Era, 1978-present. Since the late 20th century, China has experienced rapid economic growth and cultural renaissance. Traditional arts such as calligraphy, martial arts, and Chinese opera have been revitalized, while contemporary Chinese art, literature, and cinema have gained international acclaim. Modern China is a unique blend of ancient traditions and cutting-edge innovation, from its bustling metropolises to its rich digital culture. Global cultural influence. Today, China is a global cultural powerhouse, with its influence felt worldwide through its cuisine, art, technology, and popular culture. The concept of soft power has become integral to China's strategy, promoting Chinese culture through initiatives like Confucius Institutes and international cultural festivals. Let me know which country do you want to talk about next time.
Subscribe.